just stay the same. So don't even bother asking if you look okay. You know I'll say when I see your face, there's not a thing that I would change, 'cause you're amazing, just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while, 'cause girl, you're amazing, just the way you are. The way you are. The way you are. Girl, you're amazing, just the way you are. When I see your face, there's not a thing that I would change, 'cause you're amazing, just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while, 'cause girl, you're amazing, just the way you are. Yeah. Will it be a pavement or a sidewalk when I finally lay my eyes on you? Someone I've already loved. Will you find your way out of blue? Will it be my flat or your apartment when I finally realize I do? Will we meet on Baker Street or find ourselves on Melrose Avenue? I don't know who you are, but I'll save you a seat. Hang my coat on a chair next to me. I try to reassure the waiter, say you're down the street. He loved me, so here's to you. The most beautiful thing that I have never seen. Someone on a screen asked me a question, something about what love means to me. Maybe it's just circumstance or general compatibility. I don't know who you are, but I'll save you a seat. Hang my coat on a chair next to me. I try to reassure the waiter, say you're down the street. He loved me, so here's to you. The most beautiful thing that I don't you break it. Let your arms be a place she feels safe in. She's the best thing that you'll ever have. She always has trouble falling asleep, and she likes to cuddle while under the sheets. She loves pop songs and dancing and bad trash TV. There's still a few other things. She loves love notes and babies and likes giving gifts. Has a hard time accepting a good compliment. And she loves her whole family and all of her friends. So if you're the one she lets in, take it. If she gives you her heart, don't you break it. Let your arms be a place she feels safe in. She's the best thing that you'll ever have. She'll love you if you love her on days when it feels like the whole world might cave in. Stand side by side and you'll make it. She's the best thing that you'll ever have. She'll love you if you love her like that. Kiss her with passion as much as you can. Run your hands through her hair whenever she's sad. And when she doesn't notice how pretty she is, tell her over and over so she never forgets. Take it. If she gives you her heart, don't you break it. Let your arms be a place she feels safe in. She's the best thing that you'll ever have. She'll love you if you love her on days when it feels like the whole world might cave in. Stand side by side and you'll make it. She's the best thing that you'll ever have. She'll love you if you love her like that. She'll love you if you love her like that.
Hi everyone, good morning. How's everyone doing? I hope you're all okay. My name is Sophie. I am one of FlexFit's founding members, and I'm also a bar instructor and a pound teacher. Welcome to our annual event. I'm glad everyone's here. Make sure you rename yourself to your real name before entering, so we can actually list down the people who joined, because the winner of one period cup will be determined by the participants. Yeah. Okay. Hello, guys. Let me just introduce to you our beautiful speaker for today. She is a community growth manager in Sirius MD, and she's also a marketing management graduate in UST. So, go Uste. She's a brand medalist at the Philippine Aerial Cup in 2019. So, she does a lot of aerial hammock. If you know the aerial hammock thing. Um, she's also a Reiki. Is it Reiki or Reiki? Reiki. Reiki level 1 healer. Yes. And she's also a good friend of mine. Her name is Chelsea Luckham, and she will be our first speaker for today, 10 a.m. And I do hope you learn something from her, or at least, convert yourself into becoming a period cup user like myself. So Chelsea, take it away.
All right. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you again to FlexFit for inviting me. Oh, yes, I am a Reiki level 1 healer, yes. But I just do it for myself and I would just wanted to learn personally. Okay, so um, before anything else, I hope you could open your cameras so I don't feel a little alone. I want to see your pretty faces. But if you don't want, that's totally fine. No pressure. Okay, so I'll just share my screen. The typical what everyone says before starting their presentation. Can you see my screen? Yes. Yes, I think so. Okay, good, good. All right. So, welcome to Pepe Cup Chronicles from the everyday menstrual cup user, me. And I just wanted to, I wanted to call this Pepe Cup Chronicles. I call menstrual cups Pepe cups. Why? Because one, it's cute to say. Like Pepe is such a cute word for me, and it's easier to say. And well, of course, during the duration of this talk for 1 hour, I will be using the word menstrual cup, of course. But personally, for me, I just like to use the word pepe. And additionally, it also helps, kind of destigmatize the the Filipino term of what a vagina is. If you get used to saying it, then yeah, there. Okay, so as mentioned by Sophia a while ago, just a little bit of like a background about me. So when I'm an aerialist, so if you don't know what an aerialist is, if you watched not Rewrite the Stars, that movie with Zendaya flying around with the hoop, yeah, that's what I do. Cirque du Soleil is also that's also what they do, and they're professionals, but I'm not, so I just do it for fun. And of course, I'm also a fur mom of 4 beautiful mixed breeds. So that's a photo of me with my dogs last New Year's Eve. And they're a small dog family. And of course, the reason why we're all here today, I am a Pepe Cup owner, user, enthusiast, guru, apologist, whatever you want to call it. And I've been one for almost 4 years. So magpo 4 years na ako this year. But still 4 years. Okay, before I proceed, I want to know a little bit about you guys. So can you type in the chat below what you use during your monthly cycle? You guys use pads. What do you guys use? What do you guys use? Chat pads. Okay. I think most of the people here cloth pads. Interesting. Okay, okay. I've also used reusable pads than before. Okay, Precious is a fellow cup user. Love it. Years ago, I also used pads. My favorite, my brand was Modest, the thin one, the Midnight. I love it because it's big, it's thin, so hindi siya bumabakat, when you wear tight clothing. Okay. Sometimes cup when I go on trips. Okay, cool, cool. Beach trips. Okay, that's a really good point. I'll touch on that later. Okay, another thing is, yeah, I want to know what made you join me today, and what do you want to get out of the day, just so I can feel a little bit. Feel free to type, and if not, it's okay. I'll just assume that you're here because you're genuinely just curious to know, what it's like using one, and I want to know what you want to get out of today. If you could type it in the chat, I'll give you 10 seconds, hopefully to be more convinced to make the switch. Girl, I got you. I want to get the courage to use cups. It's okay. I will give you all of the courage out there. Okay. Now I got a feel of a little bit of some of you. No pressure to answer, of course. I want to also talk about this. Yep, I will, don't you worry. started doing cloth pants, but I stopped because it's not that convenient for me. Same. I agree. Ang hirap hugasan lagi. Parang it's a little bit high maintenance, so to speak. All right. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about how I discovered menstrual cups. Okay, so 6 years ago, back in college, I loved watching BuzzFeed videos, and they posted a video about menstrual cups. It's the first time I've heard of it ever, and it's the first time I've seen one. And yeah, from then on, I got really interested. And the brand that they use there is Diva Cup. Unfortunately, it's only available in the US. And when I tried to find one here in the Philippines, there were no menstrual cups yet in the market. So, I had to put off my menstrual cup dreams for now. But then in 2018, I found out that Senaya Cup already exists. It's already here in the Philippine market. And according to Senaya Cup, they are the first menstrual cups sellers here in the Philippines. So you can check their website out if you want. But I'm not sponsored or anything. I'm just saying matter of factly that I that's how I found out that they're available na here in the Philippines. But unfortunately, Senaya Cup is very expensive. So I'm like, I'm poor. But buti na lang, I was scrolling through Instagram, I saw an ad from Beauty Vanilla, 80% off yung anytime cup nila. It was only 200 pesos. So I was like, yes, I will buy it. So long story short, from then on, I've used cups since. I never looked back. Fast forward to 2021, last year, I discovered the menstrual disc. Meron na pala ganito. So I'm like, oh, interesting. So I also bought one myself. Okay. So I bought it at the latter part of the year. So I'm kind of new with the disc. But I've been switching with the cup and the disc so I could just test it, all of that stuff. All right. And then, okay, so I took a photo of all of the menstrual discs that I currently have. And these are the ones that I have. So I have the one on the left, the leftmost. Oops. Okay, the leftmost here, that's Anytime Cup. This one is from Loop. This one is Comfort Cup. And then, of course, this one is Moon Fleece. I literally got this yesterday. It's a menstrual disc. So I'm so excited to use it because it's different. It has a little difference from this one. Okay. So the question now is, how the heck does this work? And I just summarized it in 6 easy steps. Step 1, clean your hands and the cup. Inisin mo yan. Stay, gotta clean it. Step 2, put it in. That's it. And then after X number of hours, step 3, take it out. Step 4, you dump out the blood, of course. You can't just take it out and put it back in with all the blood. So and then after that, step 5, lilinisin mo ulit siya, of course. Step 6, put it back in. Tapos ulit lang siya. That's it. That's pretty much it. Okay, I hope that's very simple. Okay, I will just, I'll explain a little bit more about this later. Okay, now let's go with the Pepe Cup first. So for menstrual cups, there are 3 types of fold. Well, to be honest, there are so many. If you Google, there's so many folds, pero parang OA nung iba. Like, pero parang supi mo siya 3 times, tas ipasok mo. Like, that's too complicated. And these are the 3 that are commonly used. I am certain. I'm certain. So I have here my trusty cup to show you as well. So the C or U fold, depends on you. You basically have to just fold it that way and then there. So that's what it looks like. So C, U. And then next is the punch down. So you get from like one side, you just push it down. So it has a smaller area, so you can put it in. And then another is the 7 or triangle fold. So the reason why it's 7 is because you kind of like fold it that way. and then you fold it this way to the center, so it looks like a number 7, or you can go all the way triangle, so it's like smaller entry. Personally, I use the punch down fold. This is what I've used ever since. The reason why I don't use the C or U fold is parang ang laki. Parang I just want it simpler and easier to insert. So yeah, that's why. Okay, next is the menstrual disc fold. There's only one way to fold it, and I have my trusty. I have 2 of my discs here with me. So just, that's it. That's it. That's literally it. And then that's when you can insert it. Okay. Next is, now you guys know how to fold. And just let me know if I might be going through this a little bit too fast. Just let me know. I will now demo how to put it in. But no, I will not go naked. No, unfortunately. Sayang. Oh, sayang! Okay, I'll just demo. Basically, I'll just demo the position lang. Okay, the position, how it works. Okay, so I hope you guys can still hear me, even though I'll be a little bit away from the mic. Okay, so let's just do with the disc. Okay, I'll just adjust. So I guess there are 3 ways to do this. I hope you guys can hear me. There are just 3 ways to position yourself, to prepare yourself to put this in. So personally for me, I do this in the bathroom. So I'm sitting down. Let's just fix that. Right? So I'm sitting down. How about you in chair? Hold on. Okay, I'm sitting down. And then I kind of like lean forward a little, right? And then I lean forward a little, and then parang I'm hovering over the seat, and then that's when I put it in. So that's one way to do it, okay, by sitting technically. Another is you go away from your seat all the way, and then you squat, and then put it in. Another version, which is, to be honest, I don't do, but I hear a lot of women do it. They literally put one leg up, and then they put it in. That's how some women do it. Personally, I haven't done it. I wish I did though. Pero literally, as in it makes it easier. I mean, I agree. Right now, parang easier access, right? Okay. Workout pala. Oo, squat, squat, hold, yan. Okay. Now okay. It's also the same actually for the disc. Same banana when it comes to like positioning yourself, right? But with regard to how it looks like, unfortunately, because I don't want to expose myself, I will just show you a video. So yeah, just watch na lang. Oops. Hope you guys can see it. Hold on.
Menstrual cup sits in the vaginal canal below the cervix.
Give it time to load.
Something like this. A menstrual disc, however, sits in the vaginal canal back behind the cervix and tucked up behind the pubic bone. Something like this. To remove a menstrual cup, you're simply going to pinch the base of the cup and pull out while keeping.
Yeah, so you just pull it out and then there. Tapos, okay, this is for the disc. Should play. Let's give it some time.
Fold it in half to insert it again behind the cervix and behind the pubic bone. To remove, you simply hook the rim and pull it out. We like to call this a blood drawer.
Okay, so I hope that explains it better for you guys, or how it looks like. Bale ganito siya. The cup, it stays put in your vaginal canal, right? Like over here. So it's just there. But a menstrual disc, you literally, I will explain this in the way when I do it. You literally insert it, and then once it's in, you kind of like push it up talaga. And then you will literally feel na parang twink, parang may ganon, like may ganito, tapos pag angat, it will sit in place. And that's when you know, because you can, there's a bone there. You just push it up, and then, so what it looks like is it's tilted, tapos that's how it will catch the blood. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, ganun siya. And but for menstrual cups, well, for both, in both cases actually, when they're in, it's like literally the vagina is like it, no, like parang okay, I got it, alam ko na, put it in, ganun siya. So, but don't worry, it won't get lost. Literally, there is a wall that the cervix, where the cervix is, it won't pass, parang it won't go inside, like it will just stay there. Just like here, see, it's blocking, the cervix is blocking it, right? Okay, I hope okay, the pelvic bone sort of locks it in place. Yes, correct, it does lock it in place, it does. I don't know how else to explain it, but parang ganyan siya, and then you push it up, and then parang may ano siya. What if lumusot siya further? No, don't worry, girl, hindi yan lulusot further. It will just stay in place naman. I will tell you though that the menstrual disc is a little bit more invasive when it comes to removing it. It's not just like people, this is your vagina hole, like for your vagina, and then it's like literally there. Hindi siya ganon. It is inside. So you have to parang kind of like finger yourself a little bit to remove it. Yeah, and that's also one thing. Correct, Maki. You have to get very comfortable with yourself. That's true. Okay. Masakit ba ipasok? That's my fear. Girl, it can be painful, but I'll get into that a little bit about the pain. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, so next, I kind of like made this like simple chart, just the highlights of each item, each period protection. One is for the cup. Okay, it's beginner friendly, and I definitely would say the learning curve for a cup is less than a disc. For a disc, my learning curve talaga, for me personally. So maybe you might be interested in starting with a cup first, then disc after, And then for cup, it's easier to insert and remove. I totally agree with this. Not because I put that there, but a lot of people also say that. So, and what happens is your vagina is there, but this it actually depends on you if the stem below is sticking out. Really depends on your preference. But for me, I really like it. You really have to really push it inside, so it really sits there. So you have to get it and then pinch it. See that you're pinching it, and then you remove it. So it's literally easier to remove. Kesa sa disc na, okay, when you remove it, parang you really have to get in there and then remove it. So I'll explain further later. Okay, and then there are many folds for insertion when it comes to a cup. As I showed you, there are 3 that I recommend. And then it can create suction. So what do I mean by this? Basically, because it is a complete circle, it will look like this, but when it's inside. And the holes, there are holes kasi. I'm not sure if you could see. There are holes, and that can help release the suction once you pinch it. Because when you pinch it, magkakaroon ng space, and then you can remove it safely. And next, sits in the vaginal wall, and it's a mess-free removal. For me, it is mess-free. Of course, if your hand is a little bit slippery, then it could, lead to a little bit of a mess. Or if you're medyo puno na siya and it's overflowing a little bit, of course, that's when you have blood on your hands, things like that. And of course, it's a smaller diameter and then it's longer in length. Okay. Next is the disc. There's an auto dumping feature. What do I mean by this? In the video I showed you a while ago, the girl removes it like a jar, diba? But actually, there are times that when you sit down and go to the toilet, it will actually automatically go out ng onte, and then the blood will spill. I've experienced this in my last cycle. So the auto dumping feature is legit. But because personally I want to clean it, I still remove it. I don't put it back in after siya mag-dump ng blood. I want to remove it, clean it out talaga, and then put it back in. So it's really up to you. But there is that feature if you want it. If you want that, type of thing. Another thing that the disc can do is you can use it while having sex. Yes, ladies, you can have sex while using the disc. I personally haven't done it, but I know a friend who did it, and it was okay naman, successful. Nothing bad happened. And then there's for the disc, there's only one way to fold, like this. Okay, and it has a softer body, so you can definitely see the difference. Parang this is a little bit flimsier. Tas itong part na to, like, it's definitely soft, but it's sturdy. Like, see me stretch it. I'm really pulling at it and won't there. And yes, it's tilted and tucked behind the pubic bone. I mentioned that earlier, so that's how you set it in place. And okay, what I mean by blood can splurt out during removal. Okay, this has happened to me almost every time I use the disc. When I try to remove it, inside my vagina, the blood medyo parang sumasabog siya sa kamay ko. And that's something that you have to prepare yourself for. But because I'm sitting in the toilet, the blood goes inside the toilet but also sa kamay ko. So that's just something you have to prepare yourself, especially when it's a heavy flow and you kind of want to manually remove it yourself. If the auto dumping feature doesn't work for you, if it doesn't go out right away, of course, kakamayan mo siya, diba? So there, that's one thing you just have to take note of. And then, of course, it's wider in diameter, shorter in length. Okay, next, let's do a little bit of Q&A. I did set up some frequently asked questions. And then after it, we can go ahead and do a full-on discussion after. But I did set up a couple of questions that I think are commonly asked from girls that are interested in using the cup. Okay, so number one, can that small of a cup really catch my blood? The answer is yes. I know what you're thinking, like, how can this tiny thing catch all of my blood? And I think the most logical answer is because on a pad, nakalatag siyang ganon, so the blood spreads, like it spreads. And it can only soak up so much blood. And it's thin din kasi, so it might look like a lot. But of course, there are women with really heavy flows. For me, on my day 2 and day 3, I have, it's my heaviest. So, and it really fills up talaga. But most often than not, if like on a regular day, it fills up a decent amount, half of it at most. So you'd be surprised na hindi pala ganun karami yung dinudugo mo every month, right? Okay, next, leaks. Do we get them? Generally, no, but it is inevitable, especially when it's full. Of course, with any type of, whether it's a pad or a tampon, menstrual cup or disc, whatever you use, magkaka-leaks ka, most especially if punong-puno na siya and if you don't put it in properly. Maybe when you put it in, may nakatupi pa rin siya, it didn't unfurl itself. Sometimes that happens. That also happens to me. Or maybe that disc, it parang hindi siya nakatuck in ng maayos, things like that. So that's where the learning curve comes in, right? But most often than not, for me, no leaks. Can you feel it when it's inside? No, you don't. You don't feel it. Kala nyo mararamdaman nyo siya, especially if you're sexually active and you like to insert things inside. You think that you might feel it, but actually you don't. Especially, of course, it's not moving. Okay, good for you, chat. You haven't experienced leaking using cup. Yeah. I also haven't. I also don't. But sometimes, of course, I do, especially when it's a heavy day. Yeah. Okay. Another concern might be it's going to be messy. So it's kind of true in a sense, especially for the disc. When I mentioned na parang sasabog talaga siya, especially when it's full, it will happen. But so as long as you're kind of prepared, you have your tissue, your what you call this, your sorry, wait. Oh, your alcohol and everything. Sorry, I forgot about alcohol. Yeah, you like that wet wipes.
Kasi naka-Bluetooth, di ba?
You'll be good. Yes, have a sink or faucet nearby kung kaya. Yeah. Okay, next, does it smell? Technically, no, but I would say yes if you're like, if it's leaking, of course. Of course, magkakasmell, diba? But other than that, there generally is no smell. That's actually one thing that I didn't like when I was using pads before. I don't know why, pero nasusuka ako whenever. I know it's weird, and it's not an anti-period thing na parang didn't. No, it's just me personally. I just find it gross looking at the blood that way na nasa pad. Yun lang siya for me. I found it gross. So when I use the cup, I never na ako nandire like, oh, it's just blood. So it was an interesting experience for me, especially at the first when I did it the first time. Okay, next. How long can I use this for? You can use it for 5 to 10 years, but it depends. You should always check the seller of the menstrual cup or disc, what do they recommend. For this one, which is Moonfleece, this is the one that I recently bought. It's actually a disc. It says in their packaging that you can use it for 5 years. Lasts up to 5 years. So 5 years is a really long time, Okay. Next, do I have to keep it away from my pets? Actually, you do. Dogs love to chew on it. Ladies, I'ma tell you this. There are times when I just leave it. I don't leave it on the floor, actually. I leave it sa dresser ko. Naabot ng aso, ngangat-ngatin niya. And I have had cups die. Because they really love it. I think because it's rubber or silicone. So parang just the chewing thing. And also I think because of yung amoy mo, like your smell itself, they love your smell. The dogs love you. So yun. But so I recommend keep them away from your pets, please. I've lost my Senaya cup twice from from my dogs chewing on them. Actually, I only have one dog that really likes to chew. Oh, sakit sa wallet. Kaya next time, I will, pag bumili ako ng Senaya cup, oh, I swear. Actually, di ba I mentioned I have a comfort cup. Nako, nawala siya. Ningat-kat ng aso ko. Like recently lang. Ay, nako. So, but I will buy a comfort cup because it's cheaper. It's like 800 pesos na. And it has the same shape as a Senaya cup. So, yeah. Okay. Can I swim or do any other physical activities? Yes. You definitely can. I was gonna show you guys a video of me doing aerial, but there's no point kasi parang it looks the same even when I have a cup and when I don't. So you really can. I feel I can swim, I can do aerial, whatever. Doesn't matter. It actually feels like you don't even have your period, except for the cramps and the PMS. But like underwear wise, it feels like it's a regular day. And I hope I make sense there. Yeah. Next, can I have sex? I mentioned earlier, yes, you can with the disc. So sa mga frisky dyan, sa mga, yeah, go for it. Go for it. Okay, another concern, which was mentioned in the chat by Jella, is how do you deal with, cleaning out your cup when you're, in public. Okay. For one, what I actually do is sometimes I have a water bottle with me to, like, literally in my bag. I mean, a lot of us, marami naman ata sa ating mga big bag users. But if not, well, that's just one thing you can do, right? I've done that. I brought a bottle of water, tapos yun yung panggamit ko to clean. Another thing I've done before is to actually have wet wipes. Tapos yun yung ginamit ko to just wipe it in a pinch, and then alcohol ng malala yung kamay mo, everything, wash your hands after, and then you can put it back in. You can put it back in. And then another, of course, pag bidet, better, diba? Pero I'll tell you one thing one thing I do is, I like going to Starbucks kasi, and Starbucks has a private bathroom and bidet. So I would always go to Starbucks. So pro tip, if ever, I don't know. It's just one thing I do. Kind of like plan out. Okay, saan kang mall pupunta? Ano bang mga banyo doon, di ba? Starbucks ba doon? Ganun. Okay. Next, hindi ba siya masyadong malaki? Mga sis. Kaya ang tite. Kaya lumabas ang bata. Ang baby. Enough said. Ay, kasha yan. Oh, okay. I know that some of you might be like, oh, what, is it painful? Personally, it wasn't painful for me. But I think a factor was, and I'll be a little bit crass, is because I'm not a virgin anymore. So perhaps for people that have yet to have something inside them, whether it's a penis or a sex toy or even their fingers, it might be a little bit of an interesting experience. It might be a little bit may discomfort ng onte kasi hindi nga sanay. But when in doubt, you can use lube, water-based lube. You can use that, or just try and finger yourself. Paunti-unti. It's always a learning curve, pero kaya. Pero sa mga hindi na virgin dyan na nakapasok na naka-experience na madali lang yan. Okay. Okay. How do you know when to change it? For the cup, actually, I can only explain as bubbles. You can feel bubbles inside you. Parang onting mga plup, parang ganon. Pero hindi siya discomfort. It's just like parang may bubbling inside. And I always I think it's just the pressure na parang uy puno na. So that's when you remove it. And also you can time yourself. For me, it after 6 to 8 hours on my heavy day, that's what I know. Okay, time to change. And parang you will just know as you go along, as you keep on using it. But if you're running the first time, that's fine. Go check. Tinan mo, ay, onti lang pala to go. That's when you also learn na onti lang pala yung nilalabas mo, right? Okay, next. How to know what will fit. So there are 3 things you have to consider. You measure your cervix, trial and error, which is what I did. And next is, of course, check with your doctor. With regard to measuring your cervix, I'll just explain it briefly. I recommend using your finger, of course. And then, pag pinasok mo kasi, try to feel for your cervix. And your cervix will feel like yung matigas na thing sa ilong mo. Parang dito. It feels like a soft, firm feeling. That's when you know, okay, naabot mo na yung cervix mo. And then from there, you measure hanggang sa labas ng, like from the inner lip. And then from there, you get a ruler and then you measure how long. But I suggest you measure on your first day and on your 5th day. Why? Kasi yung haba ng vagina mo, yung cervix mo, the length will depend. It changes and it varies depending on where you are in your cycle. So that's how I recommend. That's what I recommend. Okay. But if you're like me, trial and error, sige, you get a small, you get a large. For me, I got a large kasi my logic was, mas madali kasi it will, mas marami siyang makakatch. Ganon. But it totally depends on you. Some people kasi have a low cervix, some have an inverted cervix, some have a tilted cervix. So there's so many things. So that's why I always recommend to all, of course, check with your doctor. Next, and last, this is the last one, and then we can discuss. Does the cup stain? And what do I mean by stain? For this one kasi, and for this one, these are kind of like translucent colors. Nag-change siya ng color, nagiging yellowish siya. And I think I attributed it to like, not because of old age. Siguro old age a little bit, but because of your blood, diba? You use it kasi. Okay. And that is very much it, my friends, for this. I hope you guys learned a little bit of something. And now I am open to further Q&A from you guys. You can open your mic, ask me anything, share your experience. I'll just go through the chat a little bit to see if I might have missed anything. Can you wear it overnight? Yes, girl. You can wear it overnight. Tapos pagising mo, no leaks. Ganon. You can. But of course, again, sometimes may mga leaks. Sometimes. Of course, pag puno, you didn't put it in properly, ganyan. Diba? Oh, just to mention, how do you know if you put it in properly? You can literally feel a pop pagdating sa cup. You feel a pop inside. Kasi nag-unfurl siya, diba? Somebody, ganito yung tupi mo. Okay. I don't know if I can hear you. Did you hear that? Did you experience having to wake up in the middle of the night to change? Kasi no, I haven't. No. Yes, Maki, you're raising your hand.
Hi.
Hello.
And actually, I use a cup already. My question though is kasi my period amount distribution is not consistent. So like the first few days, it's always heavier than like the first 2 days are always heavier than the last 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
Because I tried using a bigger cup, kaya lang yung cervix height ko I think is short. Kasi the larger cup, yung stem niya nagsistick out na and masakit umupo. I forgot what I used, but it was larger. Can you recommend like larger cups that are parang for shorter cervixes? Kasi sobrang heavy ng flow ko the first 2 days to the point na I have to empty my cup siguro every 2 to 3 hours para hindi siya mag-leak.
Yeah. Okay.
So, baka you can recommend a large cup na hindi mahaba kasi nga. Yes, that one.
Okay. I get it. For me, I haven't looked at all of the brands out there, but ayan, si Sophie, she said low cervix, she uses a large anytime cup. I get what you're saying though. Yung parang biglang because it changes. There are some women na nag-change talaga. Pagdating sa ganon, I did, of course, a little bit of research and recommended pag ganon, no matter kung heavy, kung heaviest or you recommend parang yung medyo short and stout nga, all throughout your cycle, parang all throughout your days na you're bleeding. Parang yun yung nire-recommend. But with regard to a brand, unfortunately, I don't have anything at the top of my at like offhand right now, but see Sophie, she said she used oh my god, wait, I have a recommendation. I remember. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm always on the lookout for the latest like different shapes to whatever in all types, and somebody recommended to me this, and I've been dying to get one, and sana nga I managed to buy one and try it out myself before this talk. I haven't bought one yet because it's a little bit pricey. But let me share my screen again. I'll show you. Okay. Right. Okay, this is FemiCycle. They ship naman all around the world. I checked naman, I think they ship. Pero ito, may low cervix siya. Oh, wait lang. Ay, ano ba yan? Wait lang. Wait. Ayan. See, look at that. It's amazing. And FemiCycle is a company like started by, as far as I know, or parang tested by, OBGYN doctors. If I could remember clearly. So ganyan yung itsura niya. It's interesting. And it's perfect for low cervix people like you. And so they have all types. So you can totally try it out. I really want to buy one myself. Ayan, so you can, ayan, ganyan yung ano niya, itsura niya. So interesting siya. So maybe if you're interested, you can definitely try this. A little bit pricey, but it could be worth it. I definitely want to buy this. So we can be FemiCycle buddies. Ayan.
Para tipid shipping, sabay tayo mag-order. Charot.
Oo nga! Yeah, pwede. Gusto ko yan. Okay, let me look at the chat. I hope I answered your question though, Maki.
Yeah, kasi I remembered what I use na. Can I say it ba? Can I say like the brand?
Yeah.
Ayun. Kasi right now I'm using the Lily cup na bigger size, the larger size. Tas gusto ko yung width niya na it's bigger. Tapos slanted kasi yung height niya. Yung hindi siya straight sa taas. So parang it sits further back. Kaya lang yun nga, tsaka I like kasi na yung bottom niya is maliit lang yung stem. So pag konting pasok lang, mapipinch mo na kaagad. Kaya lang yun nga, parang because it's really long, parang yun. I tried it for like a cycle and talagang hindi siya comfortable iupo. Masakit. Kasi nga, nagsistick out yung stem niya. And the stem is only like half an inch already. So parang, I can't cut it like yung suggestion ni Sophie.
Actually, well, not this one, kasi maiksi siya. Pero sa comfort cup ko, I do cut it. Parang it's irritating sa labas eh. So, there are some people that really cut it all the way. Tapos parang they just pinch it out. So there are some people that do that. So baka ikaw, pero FemiCycle, as in, it's my goal since last year, I swear.
Sige, tara.
Game yan. Okay. Manina asks, paano yung system of disinfecting the cup? You mentioned na hugasan, but would that be enough? May nakita ko na they boil water and put the cup in to clean it / disinfect it, pero thinking emoji. Okay. So, what I do is, and also, this is what Senaya Cup recommends. They have their own soap. Of course, maraming brands nagre-recommend ng soap nila, diba? But Senaya also told me, sabi ko kasi, I don't want to buy your soap all the time. Like, diba? So they actually, Cetaphil. I use Cetaphil to wash my cup. But with regard to disinfecting, you can, at the start, you disinfect it, you boil it sa water for 5 to 10 minutes. Depends sa'yo. So you can do it before you do it monthly. There are some that prefer it that way. Pero ikaw, why not? You can boil it 5 to 10 minutes before you insert it every month. Yun. So yun yung what I see is what they recommend. Right? Comfort Cup is our sponsor. Thanks, Comfort Cup. Okay. Jella says, nag-struggle ako before with soft cups. Now I'm using anytime, pero super firm yan. Feeling ko nakakabog. Yes! I agree. I totally agree. That's why I don't like so I don't like anytime. So I don't use this. Kasi ang sakit niya, lalo na when it unfurls. Oh my God, like feeling ko parang nabugbog yung ko talaga. Like it's real. It's real talaga. Pero I recommend na parang in the perfect mix, honestly, Comfort Cup or Senaya Cup. If you're a little bit, bougie, you can get Senaya Cup. Comfort Cup is another thing. So far, sa mga na-experience ko. Pero definitely, I do want to look at other types of cups. Pero ayoko naman to the point na parang may drawer ako na puro cups. Diba? My sister and I boil it once a month. Yes, yes. Baka manhid na ako. I might have. Oh, thank you so much, Manina, for coming. Yeah, gusto ko magka-cup collection. Okay, any other questions pa? We still have 2 minutes. Yes, chat, go.
What do you think about yung period panties?
Ooh. Is it the reusable type?
Yung, I just saw ads sa Instagram na yun nga, like they look like regular panties, but they say it's, period panties. So I haven't tried that. And have you heard of anywhere here in the Philippines who sells that?
In the Philippines, no, I haven't seen yet. But I know sa US marami. And there was a time when, I've been searching for all of the menstrual stuff. I don't know if you guys know the YouTuber Safia Nygaard. She created a YouTube video where she tried out period panties. Tapos meron silang thong type. Okay, look, Jen recommends. Thanks for sharing, Jen. Ooh, okay, bet. So meron pala. Kulang lang ako sa research. I'm so sorry. So you guys can check out that link there. Sige, I'll also share my screen so you guys can see right now. Yeah. So meron din pala. Meron pala sa Uniqlo. Perfect. Gusto ko yan. Slow, okay. A little bit pricey, but if you're okay. Lotus Active meron din pala. Simula. Okay. Okay. Right. So thank you so much for sending the link, Jen. Super appreciate it. Gulat ako Uniqlo. Let's go to Uniqlo. But I don't know how it works yet. With regard to how it works, I just saw, based on like watching the video of Safia Nygaard, she goes about her day and she explains nga na it does catch all the blood, pero it depends on the type of underwear the type of like size, kasi of course they have the thong version, they also have like a regular panty version na medyo malaki, alam mo yung parang balat na balat ka talaga, yung high-waisted, may mga ganun sila. And on her heavier day, she wears the really like covered one, and then on her light day she just uses a thong. Okay, thank you so much, Jen. Okay, it's 11 a.m. na, so my time is up. If you have any other questions, you can message me privately if you want. Mag-shopping tayo for Pepe Cups. Gusto ko yan. Okay. Right, so thank you so much. I hope I answered all of your questions. I hope that I enlightened you guys on the experience, and I hope you learned a little bit more about menstrual cups or discs. And yes, let us all spend a little bit less on pads, hopefully. All right, take it away, Soph.
Thanks, Chelsea. I love it. Very informative. And I love that you gave us your personal insights, especially with the discs, because not many people know about the discs yet. Okay, let's transition to our next speaker since it's 11:01. Sakto, I love it. Let me just tell you something about our second speaker really shortly. Okay. Here. Okay, so our next speaker, she is a BS Biology graduate of the University of the Philippines Medicine, West Visayas State University. And she's also, I think, a resident of the World City Medical Center, and she's a mom of one. She's Dr. Olaguer, and she will be talking about our periods, our discharge, and more about the vagina. So let's all welcome her. Let's give her a virtual round of applause. Doc Kat, take it away.
Ay, hello? Can you guys hear me? Hello? Okay
Yes.
ba?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so I will talk about vaginal discharge, the normal and what's abnormal. So para guys, meron kayong idea and not all. So you know when to ask for consult kasi not all naman are abnormal and not all are normal. I have a short slideshow lang so I can show you pictures. Paano screen share?
Can you see the green icon on the lower part of your screen po?
Ayun pala,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay, let's see. This one. Kita nyo to? Wait. Anong nakikita nyo? Sorry. Hindi ako marunong. Presenter views.
Slideshow and play from start. Or presenter view pala, tapos can switch to slideshow.
Ayan.
Ayan.
Ito. Okay na.
Yes.
Okay. Sige. I'll talk about vaginal infections. So actually, we have a lot of, they are called genital tract infections. So the most common, yung vaginitis, ibig sabihin, that's inflammation. Inflammation of the vagina, and then cervicitis moving up from lower to upper, doon na sa cervix infection. So those are your sexually transmitted diseases. And also pag umabot na sa pelvis, upward pa, are your pelvic inflammatory disease. Okay, so what is the normal vaginal discharge? So all of us have vaginal discharge. So meron yang normal that that changes according sa part ng cycle natin. So it is made up of your normal bacteria flora, which is the most abundant is yung lactobacilli, lactobacillus. And then it's also made up yung mga cells ng cervix, vagina, also yung other discharges doon. And it is acidic in nature. So what does a healthy vaginal discharge look like? So usually it's clear or whitish. And if may smell, it's not foul smelling. It can also leave a yellowish tint pag namimix with discharge ng urine. And then yun, nag-change siya. It can be sticky. It can be runny as long as hindi siya mabaho. Also, we have the abnormal discharge. So you will know naman if nag-iba yung vaginal discharge nyo So it can change in consistency, change in your color. So usually, pag may yellow, green, or nag-gray na, or namumuo na, and also you have your other symptoms, itchiness, may fishy odor, most especially fishy odor, or it is already brown. So here I have a picture of your different discharges. So clear or white can be healthy, but pag medyo clumpy na, it can also be an indication of your yeast infection. So isa yun sa mga most common na infections sa women. Also, if it is gray, you have your bacterial vaginosis, one of the most common also. But if mag-change na siya, if to yellow or green, most likely it is an STD. You can also have red or pink, usually due to bleeding. Okay, so most common na infections in the vagina are caused by your fungus, your yeast infection, candidiasis, your protozoa, your trichomonas infection, and your bacterial vaginosis. So bacterial vaginosis is your synergistic bacterial infection. Ibig sabihin, a lot of bacteria causes it. So yon, symptoms, discharge, pain during urination, during sexual contact, and your fishy odor. So let's talk about bacterial vaginosis. So it just means that there is a change in your vaginal flora. So diba, the normal is your lactobacilli, and then it becomes mixed. So ibig sabihin, nag-overpower yung ibang bacteria na nandyan, not the lactobacillus. So what happens is nag-change yung color of the discharge, nag-iiba yung smell because of the other bacteria, yung mga anaerobes, yung mga, paano ko ba i-layman term? Basta yung mga bad bacteria, and nag-change yung pH. Kasi yung lactobacilli, yun lang naman yung acidic yung pH. Pag nag-overpower na yung iba, so it becomes more basic. So more than 4 na, 4.5 to 5. It is not an STD, so it's most likely due to hygiene. Wait. Okay lang sa, hello, can you hear me? Okay ba?
Yes, Doc.
Hello. Oo. I will show you pictures ha, baka mandiri kayo. Okay, so this one is a sample of your bacterial vaginosis. So as you can see, it's runny and medyo meron na siyang tinge of gray consistency. And mas malalaman mo if it's profuse na, madami na than your usual, and ang telltale sign dyan is malansa na yung amoy. So causes of that or risk factor, syempre, multiple sexual partners, semen especially, is basic. So pag na-expose yung vagina natin doon, so syempre, yung ating pH level doon sa vagina will become basic. So mas magiging dominant yung ibang bacteria. So also women who have sex with women, douching, vaginal perfume, medicated soap, smoking, and of course, social stressors. Treatment lang dyan is a course of yung antibacterial mo na metronidazole 2 times a day for 1 week. Sometimes we give yung suppository na for 1 week kasi most of them will have concomitant na fungal infection. So yung binibigay namin na suppository para diretso na dun sa vagina, meron na yung antibacterial, antifungal. So yun, mas natitreat sila agad. So prevention, so minimize vaginal irritation. So what we recommend actually is just soap and water. Yung mga mild soap lang or even just clean water. Yung mga scented or mga perfume na vaginal wash, hindi naman yun kailangan yung mga manufacture sa market. Okay, and then if you're going to use tampons or pads, so yun yung mga non-perfume lang. And then douching especially kasi douching will clean out the your bacteria in the vagina. So you don't need that because you need your lactobacillus there. And then of course, to avoid a sexually transmitted infection. So you can limit your sex partner or you can use a condom because if you have a sexually transmitted infection, syempre that's another bacteria na naman. So may concomitant talaga na bacterial vaginosis. And the second one is your trichomoniasis, or this is caused by a protozoa, so Trichomonas vaginalis. And this one is sexually transmitted. So when a person is infected with this one, we usually treat the partner also. Here is a signs. Signs and symptoms will be yellowish siya, frothy, mabula-bula, with a really, really unpleasant odor, mas malala pa dun sa malansa. Because of that, because of the infection, you will have a reddish vagina and even the outside. And this one, the strawberry cervix, it's not common. Pero makikita mo yun usually during pelvic exam. Pag sinilip na yung cervix mo. And then also itching and painful urination and penetration. So this is a sample of, as you can see, it's really frothy. And even upon examination, pag tanggal pa lang nung underwear, makikita mo na tumatagos talaga yung discharge niya. Okay, this one is a sample of a strawberry cervix. So it just means na mukha lang siyang strawberry kasi mapula siya. And may mga tuldok-tuldok dyan, which is the inflammation. Okay, so treatment also is metronidazole, but usually we give it single dose lang. Okay, and the last is the candidiasis. So this is your yeast infection. So this is produced by the fungus. So andun na yon. Andun na yung fungus na yon. Usually, nandyan lang yan siya sa vagina, pero nag-overpower siya. Nagiging opportunistic siya. So when we kunwari na de-depress yung immune system natin, so what we can see here is yung cottage cheese na discharge. So clumpy siya na bilog-bilog talaga na maputi. And the most common would be itching. Sobrang kate to the point na namumulan na yung vulva ng patient ng labas kasi sa kakakamot niya nagsusugat na kasi sobrang kate siya. Okay, so factors, so could be hormonal, depressed immune system, nag-antibiotics ka, namatay. Siyempre, pag nag-antibiotics ka, mamamatay lahat ng bacteria, kasama na rin dun yung lactobacillus. And most common din siya also sa mga diabetic kasi depressed din yung immune system nila. So this one, nag-clumpy na siya, namumula na, and here, even outside. And as you can see here, erosion. So ibig sabihin, nagsugat na siya sa kakakamot. And here, cheesy discharge na siya. This one is the cervix. And for the male partner, they can also have, so yan, whitish din. And yun, erythema, namumula din also. So treatment dyan, intravaginal. Ito, clotrimazole, miconazole. Tapos sa labas, if meron din, especially sa mga diabetic, kasi umaabot hanggang singit and thighs. So, pwede tayong magbigay ng cream doon. Tapos, pwede yung intravaginal na ito lang. Or yung mix na sinabi ko kanina together with the bacterial vaginosis, the antifungal, antibacterial na para in one go na lang. And you can also have yung oral. Okay, so that's all. I will not discuss about STD na kasi madami. Yun lang yung diniscuss ko, yung tatlo.
Thanks, Doc.
You have questions?
Actually, Doc, may question kami.
Okay.
Can you explain what douching is?
Okay.
It's our first time to encounter that word.
Douching is, it means na nililinis nila yung vagina mo. So pwedeng meron yung pinapasok doon sa loob ng vagina na parang spray. Lilinisin niya yung loob ng, parang kumbaga yung iba sa tiyan naman, parang colon cleanse, ganun. Ito, vaginal. So, spray siya, may pinapasok siya. Tapos, as in, lilinisin niya, tatanggalin niya lahat ng nandun sa loob. So, ang nangyayari, syempre, nasasama yung bacteria doon, di ba? Ililinisin niya lahat, which is not good. Kasi, the one that keeps our vagina healthy is yung good bacteria. So, dapat may bacteria pa rin tayo doon, yung lactobacillus.
Ganun pala yun.
Yes,
Thanks,
and a
Doc.
picture. I'll show you a picture. So, usually, ano yan, parang sinispray-spray doon sa loob na may bulb. Paano ba itong share screen? Ayan o. Spray-spray mo yan sa loob. Lilinisin niya. This one. Okay? Yan. Lilinisin niya yung loob. Papasok mo siya. Tapos nilinisin niya yung loob. So, syempre, ubos niya dyan lahat ng nasa loob dyan. Oh, malinis ka nga, pero nilinis mo din yung bacteria mo.
Doc, we have a question po by Steph. So sabi po niya, hi Doc, what's the proper way to clean down there? Is just water enough or essential
Okay.
po talaga yung feminine wash?
Yes, actually, we only recommend mild soap and water. Kung wala namang infection, yung mga market lang yan na yung mga lactacid, pH care, we don't really recommend kung hindi naman kailangan. Kasi others will have perfume naman or other, may dagdag siya ng mga other chemicals or medication. So mild soap and water is enough. Usually Dove soap, ganun. Kasi mas nakaka-moisturize kesa kunwari magsi-safeguard ka, di ba matapang yon. And we usually, pag may mga other infections, bibigay kami ng wash pero medicated like Gynipro or the Naflora, kunwari for mga menopausal women, like that na Naflora Moisture, Naflora Restore, kasi yon may kasamang medication yon. Pero yung mga lactacid na yan, mga pH care, hindi naman kailangan yun. Okay. Another one, food or supplements that are good for vaginal health. Ito, hindi pa naman proven but parang may nakikita silang effect since nga lactobacillus. So, meron, ang sinasabi nila is you can eat yogurt or yung mga Yakult. Kasi 'di ba, lactobacillus din yun eh. So, if you want na good parang healthy vagina, you can take that one, especially yung may mga bacterial vaginosis kasi ang ano natin doon, ang goal natin doon is to restore the normal na bacteria, the normal flora. So aside from the medication, we encourage na mag-yogurt sila, mag-Yakult, and ngayon may mina-market na tablet na it's lactobacillus. It's a probiotic tablet. So kumbaga, kung yung Yakult, mina-market nila para sa tiyan, ito para sa vagina. Yung isang tablet na yon, ilang thousands of lactobacillus yon sa isang tablet. So suppository siya. So sometimes, pag recurrent na yung infection, so binibigay namin yon, you can use it kung kunwari parang ayaw mo magbigay ng antibiotics for other reasons. So pwede yon pang pa-restore ng normal mo na flora. So you can use it as straight for 10 days, pwede naman as maintenance or after your menses, mga once a week for 3 months, ganon. So yun, may binibili yun. Currently, nasa, ano pa lang yun eh, nasa internet. Ino-order siya online. Pero within the Philippines. So, pwede nyo rin yun hanapin. I can give you the website. And may discount code ako doon kung gusto nyo. Huwag nyo iwawash yung Yakult. Inumin nyo lang. Okay, let's see. Is there a way to make the vagina smell better? How do you know it's normal and smell? Okay, sige. Usually, may odor talaga yung vaginal discharge natin, di ba? Kasi syempre, maano dyan eh, it's enclosed, may moisture, and may sweat. But, you will know na may iba talaga kasi yun na nga, if it's an infection, it's really malansa. Hindi dapat yan malansa eh. Hindi siya yung parang hinugasang isda na fishy. And it's not foul smelling na kahit naka-underwear ka, maamoy mo siya. Worse pag kunwari may cervical cancer ka. Amoy na amoy mo yun, lalabas talaga yun, mararamdaman, maamoy yun ng katabi mo. So that one is not normal. Pero hindi mo talaga i-expect na yung vagina mo will smell good. Na parang flowers. Like sa mga sa mga vaginal wash, hindi talaga flowers yun. Pero may slight na smell, but it's not hindi siya nakaka-disturb.
Doc, I have a question.
Yes.
When should women start getting pap smears, and how often should they get it? And what else should they do, like as a checkup?
Okay, sige. We recommend na pap smears would start from age 21 or once na sexually active na. For conventional, kasi there are two types depende yun sa test na gagawin. Like sa slide or parang may liquid na ilalagay. So it can range from 1 to 3 years if normal until menopausal. And also, we recommend as early as 9 years old, HPV vaccine. Even sa mga lalaki. So that's 3 doses. Merong bago ngayon, the nanovalent, that's 9 strains na. Kasama na yung warts, kasi that's caused by HPV. Kasama na yung nagkakos ng cervical cancer. And then may dagdag sila anal cancer and other strains ng vaginal cancer. So yun, dinamihan na nila. It's pricey, pero at least covered na lahat. Kasi dati, nung una, lang yon, you have the bivalent and the quadrivalent. So yung bi mo is for the cervical cancer lang, yung quadri mo, cervical and warts. Okay, next question. May FemWash bar soaps na din po sa market. For those looking for eco-friendly options, safe po kaya yon? Can you tell me anong bar soap yun? Siya?
Ano po, nakita ko lang because I look for a lot of eco-friendly options. Tapos yun nga yung like nauuso na yung shampoo bar, ganun. So meron na ding Fem wash bar, ganun.
Parang instead of the wash na naka-bottle.
Apa.
Okay, sige. Like I said, enough na yung mild soap and water. Hindi mo kailangan ng mga medicated na ano ba yung minamarket nila na kagaya din ba sa mga pH care na low pH, ganun. Ganun ba yung minamarket nila? Sorry hindi ko pa kasi na-encounter
actually, hindi din po actually nila sinabi if it's low pH or whatever. Parang yung pinaka-selling point na nila is eco-friendly siya. Yun nga. It's not bottled, ganyan.
So if you want naman na bar soap lang kasi eco-friendly, actually you don't need talaga ng special soap to wash Okay, so okay lang yung mga mild na mga Cetaphil bar, moisturizing bar, Dove bar, yung ganun. Kung ano rin ginagamit mo sa katawan. Or you just use yung water lang.
Yung for body din, ganun.
Oo.
Na
Pero
set
hindi
na
yung
mild
mga
soap.
scented na medicated. Even just water is fine.
Okay. Alright. So if it's scented po, parang medyo na yun.
Kasi
parang
may mga
sure
chemicals na
hindi
Oo, may chemicals na kasi yun.
Okay. Thank you po.
Okay.
Doc, to follow up lang po sa question niyo ni Cha. Kasi I'm also considering mga eco-friendly options. May ingredients po ba na dapat iwasan or hinahanap sa mild soap para sa feminine wash or sa wash?
Ang ayaw lang natin doon kasi yung mga nakaka-dry. So, yung may mga alcohol. And I cannot go into a specific chemical kung ano. So, that's why we only recommend lang yung mga the less na ingredients, better. Or if
Thank
you
you
want
po.
yung mga betadine, feminine wash. Yun. Diba?
Okay. Thank you po.
Doc, sorry, another question.
Ay, sorry. Isingit ko lang. Or yung gusto nyo, yung human nature, kasi ano yun eh. Diba? Organic. Sorry. Okay. Sino yon?
Hi, me po. Chelsea. Hello.
Hi.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Isa po, because my mom personally, she always uses the pads, the panty liner, and she always uses them. And she always forces me to use them, but I personally don't want to use them kasi parang I get rashes or like it. I heard that also can cause infections once it like stuff like that. So could you help enlighten us po about
We
that?
don't recommend using a panty liner every day, actually. Kasi nga, the more na kunwari, if whole day mo siyang gagamitin, so andyan na yung bacteria, andyan na yung mix na ng urine, ng sweat. Tapos, syempre, nakadikit yun sa vagina mo. Irritation, 'di ba? And most likely magkakos yan ng infection. So kung wala ka namang discharge, bleeding, spotting, hindi mo kailangan mag panty liner, and we recommend nga cotton panties lang. Kasi less ka magkaka-infection doon. Kasi we don't want din na yung natin, vagina is mag-settle dun mag-thrive kasi yung fungus dun sa moisture eh. So, dapat fresh. So, cotton panties kesa yung mga tight-fitting na clothes o yung mga spandex. Kasi mas mainit yun eh. Okay. For pubic hair, do we just let it be or dapat ba i-shave or wax? Okay. We don't recommend shaving kasi nagkakasugat siya. So once na may nick dyan or may cut, syempre may opportunity na pumasok yung bacteria, magka-infection ka. Yung mga nagkakanana, di ba? Or nagkaka-boil sila. May nagkaka-infection yung follicles. If you don't want na... Kung gusto mo may hair, you can just trim it. Cut it mo lang. Siguro, laser, pwede din. Or wax. I think it's better than shaving. Kasi pag ang hair din naman kasi is pag masyadong madami is syempre nagta-thrive din doon yung dumi, yung bacteria. So trim para mabawasan din. And kung napansin nyo, if you like na nagwa-wax, 'di ba? Versus nung hindi kayo nagte-trim or nagka-cut ng hair, parang mas maamoy siya. Okay po ba yung diode laser? Pwede. Oo. Like the underarms, mag-laser ka na lang kesa mag-wax, mag-shave. Wax din kasi minsan, makakasugat din if done incorrectly.
Hey girls, do we have any more questions? last call for questions.
Oh, Doc, sorry, one last thing.
Sure.
Yeah, because a while ago I talked about menstrual cup. So I just also want to know what's your take on them? If you don't mind, like your patients using them, things like that.
Wala pa akong na-encounter na patient na nag-discuss sa akin about menstrual cups eh. Pero it's safe. It's safe naman kasi at least it's eco-friendly. And yung kailangan mo lang siya linisin kasi it's a foreign body. So just make sure na it's clean like the tampon kasi lahat pareho sila pinapasok sa loob ng vagina eh. And then may mga studies nga na if you are concomitantly using it with an IUD, so pag nahatak mo yung cup, baka mahatak yung string or yung buong IUD mismo. So medyo ano lang doon, ingat lang doon. Pero otherwise, good naman yung feedback na ng menstrual cup.
Okay, thank you.
Ano po yung mga regular test na dapat for 55 years old na hysterectomy na? Hysterectomy is natanggalan na ng matres or ng uterus. So, if yung cause naman nung pagka ng operation mo is hindi cancer, kunwari myoma lang, adenomyosis, no further testing na kasi ang tinetest lang naman dyan for pap smear, ang siniscreen dyan is cervical cancer. So kung wala ka ng cervix, wala ka naman ng itetest. So that's fine. Unless yung reason na inoperate ka is cancer, so of course, kailangan mo i-test yung vagina kasi baka may kumalat. Otherwise, for mga 55 and above, ang gagawin mo na lang kung wala namang ibang sakit is screening for breast cancer. So mammogram. Actually, as early as 35, pwede na tayo mag-mammogram. Screening for breast cancer naman.
Thanks po, Doc. Would you have any other questions from any of the girls? One last call. I think I go.
Anyway, kung may questions kayo, i-ano nyo na lang, i-message nyo na lang ako doon sa Instagram. And if you need consultations, I'm available naman online. Health Now, Consulta MD, Serious MD. Kung hindi naman kayo makapunta physically sa clinic. Tapos yun, kung magpapapap smear kayo, sabi lang kayo, injection, HPV vaccine, sabi lang kayo para ma-order ko na rin.
This is noted, Doc, and thank you so much. We can just message Dr. Kat on Instagram as you mentioned, or check out consultations with her. Yeah. So do we, ano na ba? Is this the last? Di ba may patay sa afternoon via IG?
Yes, babe. Actually, evening, we have an 8 p.m. Instagram live. It's a body positivity talk with one of our former guest teachers. Her name is Paula Bianca. She's going to talk about herself and her journey in body positivity. So yeah. Thank you so much, Doc Kat.
Thank you for having me, Miss Sophie, and the rest of the team. Alis na ako. Meron pa akong appointment.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doc.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, girls. Thanks for coming today.
Thank you. Bye.